Chapter 1: The Labyrinth of Institutional Authority. Who holds the power to define sanity? And what happens when that power is abused? In the labyrinth of institutional authority, power dynamics play a critical role. And nowhere is this more evident than in the field of psychiatry. Today, delve into the murky waters of power abuse in psychiatry, examining a series of anonymized case studies that spotlight different facets of this pervasive problem. Chapter 2: Misdiagnosis and Medical Malpractice. Case Study 1: Consider a psychiatric facility in a bustling metropolis. There, a patient, let's call him John Doe, was diagnosed with a disorder he didn't have. This misdiagnosis was not due to an honest mistake but a deliberate act by a group of psychiatrists to fill their quota of patients with a specific disorder. The treatment John received not only failed to improve his condition but also led to multiple side effects, making him a victim of medical malpractice. Chapter 3: Exploitation of Trust and Vulnerability. Case Study 2: Think about Jane Doe, a patient in a different institution. Jane was unnecessarily medicated, with her psychiatrist using her as a guinea pig for a new, highly potent drug. Despite showing adverse reactions, she was kept on the drug for an extended period with the psychiatrist disregarding her concerns. Jane's case demonstrates how psychiatrists can exploit their patients' trust and vulnerability. Chapter 4: Coercion and Misdiagnosis of Children. Case Study 3: Now, imagine a small boy, Little Doe, misdiagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The boy was given medication that he didn't need, his teachers and parents convinced by the psychiatrist's authority. In essence, the psychiatrist used his power to convince others of a diagnosis that wasn't there, altering the boy's life in potentially harmful ways. Chapter 5: The Multifaceted Issue of Power Abuse in Psychiatry. These case studies represent only the tip of the iceberg. Power abuse in psychiatry can take many forms, including misdiagnosis, overmedication, and coercion. The victims are often the most vulnerable, their voices drowned out by the authority of those they trusted with their mental health. Chapter 6: A Call to Action and a Plea for Awareness. To summarize, power abuse in psychiatry is a multifaceted issue. It ranges from deliberate misdiagnosis to the unnecessary use of potent drugs. The problem is compounded by the fact that the victims are often unable to advocate for themselves, their voices silenced by the very institution they turn to for help. So, the next time you think about power, remember the stories of John, Jane, and Little Doe. Remember that power is not just about having authority, but also about how that authority is used. And remember that every individual, regardless of their mental health, deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. Chapter 7: A Challenge to Institutions Everywhere. This conversation is not over. It's a call to action, a plea for awareness, and a challenge to institutions everywhere. Because at the end of the day, the power to define sanity should never be used to exploit, manipulate, or harm. It is a power that should be used with the utmost care, compassion, and integrity.